Hey guys, this week I decided to focus on our mandated reporting in Ontario, not just as social workers, but just everyone's duty to report. After doing some more research, I did find out that everyone in Ontario, Canada, is by law required to report child abuse. So that's not just social workers and other professionals. It's like just anyone that witnesses or finds on reasonable grounds that a child might be experiencing abuse or neglect by anybody. Um, so children in Ontario are protected under the Child, Youth and Family Services Act of 2017, and that provides them with protection against any sort of child abuse or neglect that their guardians or family or anyone might be um, committing towards them. Um, I also found out that as a professional, um, your duty to report overrides your professional confidentiality. So obviously, we have like a few ethical guidelines to follow, and one of them is like um, keeping things confidential between you and your client. But if it comes to somebody that's experiencing neglect or abuse, you have to report that, and that supersedes your professional confidentiality. Um, I was wondering too, like how it worked because I did experience one incident which I think I talked about last semester, but um, an inmate came in and he was high on drugs, but he had claimed that he thought his children were being abused at the hands of his ex's new partner. The mental health nurse at the jail didn't report it, so a community member he had also confided in reported it. Because that kind of bothered me. Like, you're supposed to be helping them, and I know we see the same people come in all the time, and we kind of start to understand their whole story, and um, they might have just been like mad, and that might be the that might have been what happened is that they were just angry at their ex and whatever else. But you have to take all those seriously, and you have a duty to report those things. So that was kind of concerning that the nurse didn't report that, but anyways, they did get it reported, so that's the important thing. Um, so after a report is filed, a Children's Aid Society worker, because that's where you have to report it, they'll assess the situation off of the Ontario Child Welfare Eligibility Spectrum, which I'm going to add to like the link to this video just so you guys can look it up if you want. But it basically helps CAS staff make consistent and accurate decisions about the child and the family, and where what the next steps should be once a report's been made. Um, it's actually pretty cool. It's like an actual tool that can help them assess these things. So it's not just like it is a case by case basis, but you're still able to fall back on something that can help you decide what the next steps should be. Um, and I also read that it's very strengths based and family centered. So I like that idea too. It's not just like the worker going in and ripping the child out from the family. They take in all the other situations. Is this a pattern? Have there been other reports? Who's reporting it? So like the situation with that guy, that inmate at work, um, they're obviously going to look at things like he was high when he reported it. He doesn't have a good relationship with his ex. She has full custody of her kids. There's some other factors to take into consideration, and instead of just hearing that children might be getting abused and going in and taking them out. So I think that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, um, I just feel like I learned a lot about mandated reporting in Ontario, and the fact that anyone can report abuse. I also like found out too that um, obviously, like if a child's in imminent danger, you're to call the police. But I think the information that's online for Ontario is pretty straightforward, and I think that it's good for most people to know and understand so that um, so that they know that if a child is being abused um, under reasonable grounds and knowing that they're acting in good faith, that if they report it and it comes out that it's nothing, they're not going to be in trouble, because I think a lot of people don't want to get involved because they're worried that now this becomes an issue for them, which obviously it's not. We want to be making sure that the children are um, staying safe. I also found out that it was up until the age of 16, but recently I think it was in I'll have to double check, but it might have been 2016 or 2018, but they just switched the child age, I guess, for reporting abuse is now 18. So I think that's pretty important too. It covers more people and makes sure that we're keeping kids safe. So yeah, I learned a lot and it was pretty awesome.